I'm Blake Hickman. I'm the Christian Life Director and one of the Deans of Students at Grace Christian School, and it's been my joy to be a speaker here for multiple summers. 2012 was my first opportunity to be a camp speaker out at New Life Camp, and starting in 2013, my oldest son, Asher, was a camper here, and so I have been both a camp speaker and a camp parent, and enjoy both of those roles tremendously.
My name is David Trower, and I was a speaker at camp this summer. I'm drawn to speak here, to speak the Word of God into these kids' lives. I just love them. There's just such a need for kids to get out of their normal environments and to be able to have a place of rest, but also be challenged and spiritually built up.
I am Elizabeth Redd, and I was the elementary week speaker this summer. I would say the reason I speak at camp is because camp has had such a big impact on me. This is the place that made me so passionate about my faith and so excited that this is the same place where I received that passion and I can pour that back out as I'm speaking God's truths to them.
My favorite memory in the Tabernacle, honestly, are the times of worship right before I get up to come and speak.
Seeing these kids, 80, 100, 200 kids, lose themselves in worship was the most interesting thing I've seen.
When the light bulb always goes off, and that students always understand that they are here to worship, and then also seeing how that also allows them to receive the word with a little bit more eagerness, with a little bit more receptivity, so that the gospel can plant deep in their heart.
I think that the Tabernacle is special because when kids come to the Tabernacle, they know that this is a place that God will speak to them and that they can grow in their faith and really just encounter who Jesus is.
And camp is about the glory of God in everything that we do. And we need to represent that well by having a place where we come and worship.
That to me is why this building is so central to the mission and vision of New Life Camp, because it helps give kids a picture of something greater that extends beyond this location.
A big impact that I saw from what the kids learned in the Tabernacle is then following up with the conversations that they have afterwards. There's so much opportunity for kids to be able to reflect and then talk about what they've learned. I like the fact that a lot of where real faith happens with kids happens after the speaker ends and conversations begin.
My prayer for New Life Camp for the future would be that this would always be a location that is a shining light in the midst of darkness to God's goodness and His grace.
And we want every single person to come here knowing who Jesus is and what Jesus did for them and the life that Jesus has for them in eternity.
I think my prayer for camp is that it continues to be this place where people's faith grows continually year after year through the impact that camp has on their lives.
That every part of this property would be used to its maximum effectiveness, that God would allow ministry to multiply, that countless number of kids and their families would be impacted by the life and ministry of what happens here at New Life Camp.